Yo, what's good everybody? Hope you guys are having a great mother trucking day. We are doing some car work today. Give you guys the backstory of what's actually going on. It's super bright outside if you guys haven't noticed. My mom's car was having some issues with it turning on and off. We took it to the BMW Valencia dealership twice already. First time they told us that the ECU wasn't programmed or something. Second time, again, we kept having the same issues after the first time that we showed up. We still have the same persistent issue going on, and I was doing some research on it, and it basically came down to it being the alternator. I'm hoping that's the issue. I purchased a new to me alternator off of eBay. It came off a 2024 BMW X3 S-Drive, which is ideally the same car as this. I just took out the engine cover. We're gonna get through this whole shebang and we're gonna replace the alternator. So the alternator is actually hidden right under all of these wires. You can't really see them. See if I can put some light on it. It's right under there. So in order to even get there, we got to remove all of these air ducts. Got to remove the, I think it's like the mass airflow sensor over here, disconnect here, make space, and then we can start getting to the removal process. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea how to do this. I was doing some research on this on like the forums on Reddit, and it came up to the conclusion that it should just have like 3 or 4 bolts attached to it, which are gonna be these torque style star pattern bolts. So I'm hoping that's the case. And I was just noticing this seems to have like an extra like layer on top of it, so I'm not exactly too sure what exactly that is. And then I have to loosen up the pulley. So I was researching on how to loosen up the pulley. There should be some kind of tensioner on there or near there to reduce the tension on the pulley. Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck, what the heck I'm doing, but hopefully this resolves the issue. Like it or not, we're installing this alternator today. All right, so the first thing we want to do is actually remove, well not remove, but disconnect the battery. I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea where that is in this car. We're gonna disconnect the negative on the battery. Battery's in here. This is for a 2022 BMW X3. It's gonna be in here. We got to remove this 10 mil right here. Once you remove this, then we can start working on the alternator. And objectively, our goal is not to get shorted. All right, we just removed the battery. Let's just make sure there's nothing left in charge. We press the button a couple times. Boom, battery's disconnected. Now we can start working on this. First thing we're gonna do is make room. So as you guys can see, there's no room to actually work in there. So there's a couple things we gotta do. One is remove this. I think it's like an air box. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what this is, but if I were to guess, it has to do something with air coming from this intake here. Bottom, I guess it goes up into here. So I'm gonna figure out a way to remove this. There's a couple, I think there's like 4 of them. These are like Torx bits, I think. Let's see if this fits. This one kind of fits. This is a T27. 1, 2, and I wouldn't doubt there's one under here somewhere. Yeah, it's right here. So we're gonna move this. All right guys, I just removed the 3rd bolt on this. This one's pretty tough. There's a bolt that goes under here that's really tough to get to, but we're able to get it. So next part is we're gonna remove this segment here. On the DJI, I removed these cables here, They have these little clips that you have to pull out here, and this one has like some kind of link thing that you have to push out. And then yeah, unfortunately I lost the little part that flew out of here, so just be very careful with that segment. But yeah, once you have that, then you just push this down and it should come off. So next part, we're gonna remove this. I thought this was gonna be like an hour type job. This seems to be more than that, definitely. I gotta remove this whole intake to have access to the freaking alternator. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna remove the intake. I gotta disconnect all these hoses off here. I tried already disconnecting a couple. I've been looking for the actual brackets because there should be like 3 bolts that attach to the actual intake manifold. I'm not entirely sure where it's at, but I mean, we'll find it eventually, right? Yeah, it's been tough. Something I forgot to mention, we need a needle nose pliers because that's the only way to actually remove these kinds of clips here. You have to pinch these ends here and then pull. So that's what I'm gonna do with this side right now, pinch and pull. But for sure, this one needs to go and this one needs to go. So right after that, we'll probably have to remove, I believe this is a coolant line here. So you're probably gonna have some coolant coming out of it. Once we have that, then we can start searching for the actual intake bolts for it and then actually get it all removed. Good news is we were able to take out the intake. The bad news is, as I was taking the intake off, as you guys can see right here, you can see this line right here is not supposed to be there. Unfortunately, as I was removing, well, not even as I was removing, my wrench actually fell at the bottom and I used the magnet to get it out. And as I stuck my hand in to get it out, this coolant hose unfortunately broke. Wanted to finish this today, and because of that, I can't. So I actually have to order a new hose. This is definitely gonna be a longer video, but I just want to keep you guys updated because, you know, stuff like this happens, unfortunately. Shout out to these magnets. This is pretty dope. This telescoping magnet. I'm gonna probably order one on BMW's parts catalog, which I wouldn't doubt is gonna be like 80 bucks. This is day 2 of attempting to remove this alternator. I haven't had too much luck doing it, but hopefully today we can get that situated, and let me show you guys where I'm at. So at the moment, we removed the intake manifold, coolant lines, all that good stuff. We had a little difficulty taking out there's a little connector here, couldn't get that out. You have to take this out, push in, and then pull out. Create some form of leverage to like basically slide it out. That was difficult. So now we got one connector out for the alternator. Now we just really gotta remove all the bolts that are holding it together. Something that I did notice while removing my new alternator, this came off a 2024 model, same engine, but something that I did notice is my car doesn't have, there's like a thing right here, or it does have, but this part doesn't have. I'm not entirely sure what goes in between here. So I'm hoping it doesn't make it much harder than it already is, because I'm defeated, guys. And I'm trying my best to stay positive. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll get this done. We lost all our coolant in our car because of that little hose that I was telling you guys that I broke. Completely drained my whole coolant. It's on the ground. Other than that, I'm gonna keep chugging along and I'll let you guys know once I get more progress. But there's a tensioner down here, and we're gonna release, I just released the belt, so I have the belt here kind of held on somewhat so we don't lose the position of serpentine belt. All we really got to do is actually remove the alternator, so that's what I'm currently working towards, slowly and steady. There's 2 bolts, as you guys can see on the alternator. The ones that hold the actual alternator together are these 2 over here. So you got 1 long bolt here and then 1 bolt here, pass-through bolt. So it's gonna connect somewhere back here. Once those 2 bolts are out, I'm assuming the whole thing comes out, including the actual tensioner. So I think they're all gonna be bolted on together, and then I'll be removing the tensioner off the actual alternator and putting it on our new one. We removed it, finally. Blood, sweat, and tears. But... Alright guys, so this is the bolt that, one of the bolts I was actually holding the alternator. This is a E12. It's right on it. And that's one of them. This is the one on the left side. So this is the one that goes up on this, on right here, on this side. Okay, I'm gonna leave it on my alternator just so I know which is which, because I'm not entirely sure whether or not the other side is gonna be the same size, so just to be safe. So we're gonna do the next side now. So now the next side, this one is gonna be all over here on this hole right here. So if it's oriented like this, it's gonna be on the lower right hand side of the actual on the car. So yeah, I'm gonna take it out real quick and let's get it. All right guys, got some good news. I finally got this bolt out. This is the really long bolt that goes, where does it go? It's bottom one, this one right here. This one is tough. The only way to actually take this out is to remove the actual tensioner. So this is your tensioner pulley up here. And once you're able to get that out, then you have access to the one at the bottom. So, whew, I'm beat. So before we install the new one, if I'm not mistaken, we're upgrading So this one is, oh, they're both the same. Perfect. Okay, perfect. These are old, out with the old. This one was going bad. We started getting electrical issues inside the car. Car would turn off. Really weird. But went to a dealership. They actually told us that it was an alternator. So hopefully this is the second time going to them. They're reliable. If not, might have to find a different spot. Unfortunately, or fortunately enough. Now is the fun part. Put everything back. But I just wanted to take a little moment to celebrate. It took me a long time to get this dumb part out of here. And now that we got it, let's put it all back together. So this is our new alternator right here. I put the tension pulley. This pulley, adds tension to the actual, to the serpentine belt. I just left this so I don't lose the bolts. So I'm gonna remove these bolts because I can't install it with these bolts on here. It's probably the first time ever that I can genuinely say this car kicked my butt. But I think it's because I'm just not familiar with BMW. But now that I am a professional, you guys can start looking to hire me. Footage is in the GoPro. I think it's dead. But if it's not, we finally put the new alternator in. Finally got it. And right now we're just putting it back. I finally got the last bolt, this bolt right here, in. I just gotta tighten it in. Yeah, it was a doozy getting her in there. Definitely used a lot of gentle persuasion with the hammer. Now we're just gonna put the tensioner on. Tensioner's right here. I don't know if you guys can see. Tensioner's right here. So we're gonna put that on and then we're gonna leave it like that until I can get the new coolant hose. And then once we have the coolant hose, then we're almost done. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm tired. This is the day after. I actually had to go get, or thankfully, I went to BMW and they had the part that I needed in stock. So I was able to do that, get it. So as of right now, I have purchased it and now we're gonna get into installing it. So, all right, guys. So this is my new hose here. This little piece of hose was $160. Yeah, I am baffled. But it's still cheaper than paying $3K, so it is what it is. So now that we have that done, now we just put the whole thing back together. Put the intake back so you can take out all the plugs that I have on there. Start installing all the intake and all the wiring. Let's get it. Exploradora. Dora. Dora. Fuck. Dora, Exploradora. We are finishing up the BMW, and I'm gonna show you guys how to mix your 100% concentrate coolant with DI water. So let's get into it. So to start off with, the Eagles are playing today, so we're watching that while we're doing this, and it looks like someone is hurt. I didn't see who. So to start off with, we're gonna do a 50-50 blend on 1 gallon of DI water and concentrate DI. So I'll show you guys what I'm using. This is about 64 ounces right here. It says inside somewhere, right there somewhere. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says 64 ounces somewhere there. And we're basically gonna fill this up with DI water. We're gonna put it into this bottle here, and then we're gonna basically fill this up with DI water, and then we're gonna fill this one with the concentrate, and then we should have a 50-50 blend of 1 gallon of coolant. All right guys, so this is the coolant that we're using. This is 100% coolant for Euro cars. I don't think it really matters. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure, but this is what we're gonna use. This is some DI water that my dad was able to bring from his work. See, it says right there, DI. We're gonna fill this up, and then we're gonna transport this to a different bottle. That looks insanely low for 64 ounces, not gonna lie. But I guess this is half. We're gonna put this in here. We're gonna add our coolant into here, since we know that this is a gallon. And then we're gonna be able to add this to the car and all right, so now this is a 50-50 blend. Let's give it a little shake. Since we drained our reservoir completely because of that hose that I broke, I had to. You're better off getting the concentrate and doing a 50-50 blend yourself. Since the battery is dead on the car, I can't access the battery. The battery on these cars is in the back. So thankfully, the engineers at BMW thought of this something, and we can actually remove these bolts. They're torque screws, but we can remove this panel back here and have access to the actual battery. So let's get it. It's a T40. Should be relatively easy. All right, we got power. Let's see. We're gonna go add coolant to the car, and then we're gonna attempt to turn it on. Max it out. Get the coolant to start bubbling. Let's. That was close. We're gonna bleed. We're bleeding. So the cool thing about BMWs is they self-bleed themselves. So you gotta turn on your heater and just checking under the car that there's no leaks. We're gonna let this sit for like 10 minutes. And I think after that, we should be good. And then drive it. Yeah, we're putting it so it's like in the hottest, because, you know, just blast it. Checking for any errors, any leaks. Got the fans working. No check engine light besides the open hood. So far, this has been like 5 minutes in. No leaks. Great. The car sounds normal, so good. I'm waiting for it to reach temperature at the moment. Still hasn't. It's still on cool. I think the system is bled solely because what was, again, like the whole reservoir was drained, but it wasn't drained from the engine block or like anything inside the engine. It was just the lines that were attached to the hoses. So it could be that. I just refilled it. I refilled it. Looks good. No leaks. Yeah. If you guys haven't seen the video before this of me actually fixing the alternator on this car, please, the link will be up above. And go give it a watch. It's very informational for any of you guys who are into like the DIY scene. Oh look, it went up. Went up a little bit. Again, still checking, but you know, save yourself $3,000 from from BMW dealerships. That's a lot of monies, and I don't got that kind of money. Well, I don't. I really don't. Not to be thrown away. But honestly, this task was insanely. It was actually kind of hard. It was difficult. All right, we're gonna check one more time. Any leaks? Doesn't look like we're leaking. That's good. Let's check here. Doesn't look. Temperatures, it's up to temp almost. Oh no, one of our players is injured. Man. Ah, that sucks. I didn't get to see who. All right, we're at about half. No leaks. It's like the 4th time that I checked because low-key I'm kind of paranoid. Oh damn. Okay. So now we're at temperature. The car looks like it's doing pretty fine. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, and then that concludes the repair and the adding of the coolant to this car. So yeah. All right, lastly, don't forget to put on your thing back. If you guys like this video, please drop a like and subscribe to this week's video. If the car gets a check engine light, then I'll probably be back. But regardless, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next time. All right, guys, I'm defeated. We got a check engine light, unfortunately. But fortunately, it seems to be the battery. Or I think it's the battery. I think I just got to reset. So disconnect and reconnect the terminals, and I think we should be good. All right, I just removed the positive terminal. So now we're gonna reconnect everything. I put the red terminal in first. Safer to put your red terminal in first. Hopefully it went away. And it went away. Sir. That was scary. Considering how expensive everything is on these cars, I thought I was gonna have another issue to deal with. But thankfully enough, it was just a battery issue and we lived to tell another story. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for tuning into this week's video. I love you guys. I hope you guys are having a great mother trucking day, mother trucking, just positive vibes to everyone that's watching. I'm just super thankful that, you know, I have work, and just God just keeps blessing me, and I want to, you know, pass that blessing to you guys. So stay positive, stay hungry, and remember, if you want to, not even want to, if you have the dreams or goals of doing something, you can do it. Never freaking stop. I'll catch you guys next time.